Thank you very much. We will continue our work. For the next speech, I would like to invite the Дэниел Chжоу, the president of Eurasia. The topic is the data center, development of the data center.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you very much, Mr. President. This is a very, very good event. Finally, we can do it offline rather than last 2-3 years' time during the pandemic. We've been talking too much online meetings, especially as Mr. Minister said, only a few weeks ago, I also personally joined and proudly, together with Mr. President here, launched our first and the biggest modular data center here right in the central Eurasia. I think today, what I wish is we have our customer, friends, partners, guests from almost 11 countries. We here can discuss furthermore how to develop this business, how to develop the data center, also the cloud business for next few years' time. Here in my presentation, I also would like to share some of my points and views regarding the challenges, opportunities. So I think we use the words called unleash here. Why we use the word unleash? So over past 2 years' time, as we see, the digital economic growth has overtaken the GDP growth. In the year 2021, the growth rate reached 15.6%. Before the pandemic, actually, many of the topics we touched today, we already knew, we already start discussing, such as AI, such as autonomous driving. But after these 2-3 years, what we found? They became more touchable. They are so realistic. On the technology side, with the broadband networks, cloud, and AI are more than ready to meet the demand. Therefore, we say this is the time we're going to unleash the digital productivities. Applications like autonomous driving, remote controls, and AI inspections are ready, creating real value in domains like ports, manufacturers, also energies. Where we see here, the global digital economic will reach almost $23 trillion in the year 2025. Data and the cloud contributing greatly. Data becomes a new means of production and an asset that countries attach more and more important to. Data aggregations come from the construction of the data platform. And we also see government playing a very important role, such as what the minister said, the government giving the policies. Unlike in all the other different technology trend or wave, what we have been experiencing in the last 2-3 decades, cloud technology, the first party stakeholder involved in actually is from government sectors. 100% of the enterprise will use cloud service by year 2025. Cloud and data are the fundamental to the development of digital economy. Generally speaking, we think governments are the forerunner of the social cloudification transformation, leading all the industries to carry out digital transformation and finally achieving a modern business development mode. And we talk about e-government. The EDGI is a very important index where Huawei follow in last few years' time. We see from the year 2018 to year 2022, the average index increased from 0.55 to 0.61. And this is because 19 countries improving from the middle to the high level of development, and 6 countries moving from high to very high level of development. By year 2022, high and very high levels of development countries counted about 69% of 193 countries all over the world. Here we see within all the countries, Uzbekistan is one of the two which progress fastest one within last 2-3 years time. And we go deeper to see what is exactly behind. Looking at the triangle on the right bottom there, policy, technology, economic are the key measurement, are the key parameters we see how the countries improve in last few years' time. According to our understanding, among the high development countries, 27 developing countries are actually represented. The government level, we can see 2020, year 2022, compared with year 2020, Uzbekistan improved 18 ranks, as what I said, the number 69 globally, and same as Mongolia, increased to the ranks to the number 74 in the rank. And this is mainly actually the first step driven by the policy. So the latest infrastructure progress, I think, also will demonstrate in next coming 1 or 2 years' time. Therefore, most important thing by this key metrics, what we want to share with you is policy, technology, also economic are the key three, the parameters behind this index. And let's see, looking on the existing situation, we see in most places, the technology itself is ready. Also, we see more and more countries, including all the Eurasia countries, are giving a lot of policies to encourage, to pushing the technology itself, pushing the data center and the cloud development itself. But from Huawei's angle, from our view, towards future, there are still some challenges exist. First one, many governments in Eurasia have released the National Digital Development plans, provide a clear guidance for the digital development. Also, ICT technology have been deployed and used to large scales into some industry and customers. The first challenges we see still today is coming from the strategy implementation. The government formulated a national digital strategy and needs to strengthen the implementation to build e-government cloud and infrastructure for the national digital transformation. Honestly speaking, the first challenge when we're talking about the strategy implementation, when we're talking the fulfillment, this is actually a problem for all over the world. Especially actually in many of the Western world, they have even more serious problem. They have good plan, they have good idea, they have good design. However, the fulfillment is always the first challenge we are looking. Second thing is technology integration. Data center and the cloud technology, unlike many other solutions, unlike many other technology and products from Huawei point of view we provided. The e-government cloud involves multiple ICT technologies and requires participation of various vendors and partners with technical capabilities to make it usable, make it deliverable. And in last thing, I think most important one, what we want to point out here is the ecosystem building, ecosystem construction, let's say. The successful operation of the e-government cloud and the real value is not just technical. The time when we finish building of the data center, when we finish building the first step of cloud, only it's a start. How to involve the necessary ecosystem coming to construct on top of different layers in the cloud. How to boost up your domestic ecosystem in this area. I think this is another key task in front of us. And with 30 years hard working, with 30 years accumulation from Huawei in this industry, in this technology, we are committed to working with the government, industry associations and also partners to build an open win-win full stack data center and the cloud ecosystem. On the left side, what we can see from level 0 to L4 application in different layers, all of you familiar with us, Actually, this is the area where we're from. While we've been in industry more than 30 years, we always one of the best hard work provider. Also, inside the cloud and the data center, we have a full stack of our solution in the operating systems, in the softwares. But the full stack solution, if only leave it as technology itself, it's far not enough. Just a few weeks ago, this September, our group was launched a new policy called Go Cloud, Go Global, which plan can help all the countries, including Eurasia countries, solve the challenge of technology integration, also the ecosystem buildings. This plan recently launched last month in headquarters, also firstly in the Asia-Pacific regions, which take the ecosystem one step further with not only open up with 30 years of our experience, but also the commits a digital ecosystem all for you. From L0 to L4, we have over 38,000 partners and 3 million developers around the world. Our ecosystem not just simplifies your cloud journey, but also expand your global reach. This is another example I always want to point out. What exactly an ideal data center, then cloud, supposed to be like? I have worked in Huawei over 15 years, and from Europe region to Asia Pacific to China, and right here in the Eurasia. Then the time when I was CEO in Huawei Shanghai, which is almost 7 years ago, I also personally deeply involved to launch the first e-government cloud for the city of Shanghai. Huawei was introduced and integrate the multiple ecosystem partners in this project as well. At the infrastructure layer, we cooperate with the two operators in China, China Telecom and China Mobile, to build a technical foundation, including the data center, and also integrate multiple data centers and a cloud system to form a unified cloud foundation. I think in different layers, we introduced different partners. In the past layer, we introduced over 15 ecosystem partners. And in the SaaS layer, actually what do we see? Under the request from the city of Shanghai, we split the SaaS layer. One part is for the government office support. Another side is for the public application services. And this project was kicked off from the year 2016. And in the second year, after the data center being built, after the first year of launch, we have over 200 applications deployed. And today, the last time when I went back to visit them, they have already more than 4,000 applications which are involved. All government departments in Shanghai have been cloudified, and 4,000 applications have been deployed. Until then, 90% of government applications have been cloudified. The e-government cloud ensures the data sharing among all the departments by isolating the internet and different authorizations. The data security is also enhanced. The government cloud also improves the resource utilization by almost 30% and reduce the administrative expenses. As most of the government services, the office efficiency and the public satisfaction are greatly improved. I think this is also something we every time discuss with our partner in Uzbekistan. The next step is where is. But I think at this moment, right here, very important is we to see clearly where the challenge is, where the way we should look forward. And in the last, we do wish, together with all the Eurasia countries, I think we are at a very good moment, into a very good era. Eurasia countries are well placed to develop an e-government cloud, but not without challenges. However, as an ICT leader, ICT company, Huawei, we will continue to cooperate with the Eurasia countries and to overcome many of these problems might be appear. We believe that in the near future, Eurasia countries will enjoy the economic prosperity driven by the digital economic. Thank you very much.